I'm in the kitchen and today I'm going to do a whole bunch of bulk cooking for the entire month of May. If you've been following along and watched the last couple of videos, I showed you how I made a very detailed plan for the month, and that's what really helps me to stay in my grocery budget. And then the next video was just the great big grocery haul, all $500 I think and $27 worth of groceries. In about 2 weeks I will go and spend about another $175 or so. That really sounds like a lot, $175. I might not even spend all of it. It's just gonna be milk and fruits and vegetables and other perishables. Or, you know, sometimes you make a plan, but then you end up eating something out of order, or one of the kids cooks up something and eats it out of order. I may have to replace a few things. But anyways, I have $175 to do that with. For tonight's supper, it happens to be a Wednesday, and so it's baked chicken. I already have that in the oven. And then I was just getting out the ingredients to make Snicker salad.
Are we gonna put these in the Snicker salad?
Yep, it calls for just a few grapes, so we are gonna put those in.
Yeah, I want to do it.
You want to do this? Okay, so yes, you can get a bowl.
What kind of bowl? Ooh, that smells good. Oh, it's turning yellow. Mom, it's turning yellow.
Going to white too?
Yeah. You're gonna miss out on Snicker salad.
No, you guys better save me some.
I'm getting a lot.
No, you're gonna save a lot for us, right?
Well, not a lot. Not a lot.
Hold on, let's hold over to the bowl.
Is there a toilet up there, or is the other one?
Where? Up here?
Or is it out in the garage?
Mom, this is starting to look like butter. Mom, it looks like butter.
I know. Stir it really hard so it gets all over.
Which that's, you know, you start
Wait a
running,
minute,
and
Peter.
then
This was not supposed to go in here. It was supposed to go in
when
there.
you finally jump, I
This?
Yeah.
Hey Mom, guess what the world record is
For long jump or
Yeah.
triple jump?
for long jump?
34 feet.
29.5 feet.
Wow. All right,
So
so
try to
let's see
scoop it
here.
out and put it in there and then mix it.
Yeah.
Then are we gonna have to do this? Then are we gonna have to
Yes.
put all this in the...
Yes.
Noodle. Where's my water bottle?
Okay, the Snicker salad is all done. This is basically just pudding made with a small amount of milk, so the pudding is still really thick. A whole bunch of Cool Whip, mix that all together, add in as many apples as you want, and really as many grapes, and as many Snickers. Mix it all up, put it in a bowl, call it a salad, and watch it disappear is basically what happens. So let's take a look at the meals for the month. When I point and I see this fancy fingernail, it is a reminder that we did just come off of the weekend of Emily and Sparky's wedding, and so I still have pretty nails. And what else do we have that reminds us? We have pretty flowers. These are some of the leftover flowers that were on the tables. Maria's been building wedding cakes and putting boutonnieres on top as the little cake topper. So anyway, it was a great weekend, a beautiful wedding. Peter has something he wants to show us.
I'm going to show you the coloring pages I did.
So at supercoloring.com we get all our coloring pages.
So I colored a car.
What kind of car is that?
Chevy
A what?
Camaro, I think.
Oh yeah, Chevy Camaro.
A Harpy Eagle.
A Harpy Eagle, very nice. You said you saw those on Wildcrats?
Mm-hmm.
Very neat.
And a crocodile.
Oh, that's a pretty cool crocodile. You should go and add some more color to this one. You have a lot more space to color on that one. All right, so back over here. This month, I decided to do something that I see written all over the place as a good way to plan out the month's worth of meals. And what I decided to do is to have kind of a theme for each day of the week. So Mondays is going to be beef, Tuesdays, tacos, Wednesdays, chicken, Thursdays, soup or chili, Friday is going to be fish or no meat, Saturdays is going to be burgers, brats, hot dogs, Sundays, pizza. I tried to pick some really simple foods with very simple side dishes because it's May. It's actually May 1st here, and BMX season is going to be starting up. There's going to be other outdoor things starting up. The garden is going to have to go in. There's some outdoor work that has to be done, and so I don't want to be spending all of my time in the kitchen. So I have really simple meals planned out here. So what I'm going to be doing here today is just starting to get everything that I possibly can get cooked in advance for the month done. I did make a list of all the things that I could do in advance, and so that's what I'm going to be working through tonight. As I look over this, most of these are recipes that I have already shown you guys in videos, but they're just favorites, and I thought let's just film one of these. It's been a while since I filmed kind of like just a big day or evening in the kitchen, and so I just wanted to do that for you. So I'm thinking this really isn't all that much. That what's going to take the longest, I think, is actually cooking up the meat for the soup and the chili because it's still frozen. I am officially using the last 2 packs here of our venison from this year. From, actually, that's weird. That actually says 2017 on it. I wonder if somebody made a mistake. Well, anyway, they are officially the last 2 packs of ground venison that I have. So I have a total here between the ground beef from the half a cow we just bought and from the venison here. I have a total of 10 pounds, and that meat is all going to be made into 2 meals of Hug and Kiss soup, 2 meals of chili, and 1 meal of tacos, and those will all be enough to feed my family the next day for lunch as well. So like for example, I said last night we had tacos, then we had enough leftovers today that we had tacos again for lunch today, and I had a little barbecue left over from the gift opening, and so Joseph also had barbecue. So I'm going to keep moving along with this. Since that is so frozen rock hard, I'm just going to get them all into a great big kettle here and see, let's see. Oh, my biggest kettle is actually in the dishwasher right now. All right, so I'm just going to wait a second and I'm going to get going on the potatoes, and everything's ready for tonight's supper too. So we are ready to go. It is 5:15. Yeah. One nice thing is I'm actually following all of my rules. I always kind of set these little rules, and I mention these things to you guys, like, for example, put on an apron so that you can work fast, so you're not worried about getting your clothes dirty. Start with a nice clean kitchen and some hot soapy water so you can wash your dishes along the way. I'm just doing it all tonight, so I'm pretty happy with myself. The kitchen, look at, I started with this island completely clear. Maria's brought some things over and pictures and whatever, but that won't take much to just push that off onto the floor if need be. So Warren's going to be in just a couple minutes, I think, because I heard a tractor, which means that he must be nearby. So I'm thinking that's because he's coming in for supper. So that's what's happening here. Alrighty, so supper is all done. I got the supper dishes done already, and I just peeled up 10 pounds of potatoes. I'm just picking up some of the peels that didn't quite make it into the garbage. So here is what 10 pounds of potatoes all peeled looks like. This will be 2 meals for us. So my plan shows that the second Monday we are going to be having mashed potatoes with beef roast, and then the 4th Monday we'll be doing mashed potatoes with beef roast again. And so those 2 meals are what the mashed potatoes are for. And if you have not ever made mashed potatoes and then froze them and then thawed them and put them in the crock pot, it can be a little bit it can be a little surprising right away, because what happens is that once you thaw them, they seem to be really watery. At least that's how it was in my case the very first time, and I was a little bit startled by that. But then once I put them into the crock pot, and after I think it takes about 4 hours on low or so to get those all the way warmed up, the water just kind of reabsorbed into the mashed potatoes, and they were nice and creamy. So I haven't ever had any problems freezing mashed potatoes. But like I said, it can be a little startling at first. So after supper here, everybody did go back outside. Peter has some big plans of getting a rabbit, not like a pet rabbit, like shooting a rabbit. And tonight is the first official night of Frostwatch. It's May 1st, and that's actually, I think, a few days later than some other years. The trash flood is off, and Warren took the thermometers out to get those going. Now 2 of the beds still have some water on them, so he can't set those thermometers actually in the bed, but 1 thermometer will be in the bed measuring the temperature tonight. So I'm not sure. I haven't really paid attention to the weather. I know Warren has. Right now it is 43 degrees, so we'll see what comes as you know, as the early morning hours come, which is when it would have the tendency to freeze. Right now it's very cloudy. If it clears off, it probably will get cold. So I need to get these potatoes going. I do have all 10 pounds of my meat in here. It's just softening right now, and I'm gonna have to scrape that and kind of turn it over a little bit here so that that can continue cooking. So we are moving right along here in the kitchen. I've got those potatoes boiling. I had to put them in 2 pots just because I didn't have a big enough one here. I put all that onion over into that pot there, and I know I've mentioned this to you guys before. I love to put a lot of onion in the ground meat because 1, it gives it a really good flavor, but 2, it helps the meat stretch a little bit further. So if you are trying to stay in a budget, that's just one way to stretch your ground meat. You can also add like chili beans or pinto beans or something like that if you want to, if you're doing kind of a Mexican style dish. That helps it to go further too. Got Sam in the kitchen. He's over here working on, he's putting together the shrimp taco seasoning so that we have that on hand for when we want to do shrimp tacos. He's having a great time searching through all the spices.
She has 4 chili peppers. Like, what? Wait, what is it called? What is it?
Chili powders?
Chili powders. Like, why?
We like a lot of chili powder.
Okay, I can't even find
What are you looking
garlic
for?
powder.
Garlic powder.
I found onion powder.
Probably this right here. Yep.
Dang, onion powder was right next to it.
And right now I'm just dicing up all this chicken here. This is 1 large pack. It's 6 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast. I'm dicing it up so that I can put together my chicken and rice hot dish. I'm going to do 2 of those. And I mix everything up in a great big bowl and then divide it between 2 containers. here, Sam really helped a lot with getting these 2 hot dishes ready.
Yep, now I'm done.
No, you're not done. And these chicken and rice hot dishes are going to be for our Wednesday meals. So today was a Wednesday and we did the baked chicken, pork and beans. I made Snicker salad. Actually, Peter pretty much made that. And we had pickles. Next week, and then the 4th time, we're going to have chicken and rice hot dish. And both times we will have that with a big salad. I might hard boil up some eggs. Shh, boys. I might hard boil up some eggs to put on those big salads. Not today, of course. But, yeah. So these are super full. I normally put a single recipe of this chicken and rice hot dish into a Pyrex 10 by 15 glass pan. But I didn't really want to tie those up in the freezer this time. So I'm using these, which are just foil. It's going to be tricky. I think I'm going to have to put them on a cookie sheet, freeze them that way, and then they should be good. So yeah, so this is coming along nicely. These are really good. The potatoes are getting close to being ready. The meat is very close to being done, so we can make some other things happen here. Okay, so Sam, if you would take all these cans out to the recycling, and then Peter, can you transfer the dirty dishes over to the sink, please?
How much more of this?
Thank you. How much more? Well, we have quite a few things actually left to do.
Wow.
Warren came over and wrote some things on my list here since the last time I showed it to you. But the mashed potatoes are getting close. The taco meat is getting close. The taco seasoning, the shrimp taco seasoning is done. So let's cross that one off. The chicken and rice hot dishes are basically done except for packaging them up. We have a lot to do for the chili and the hug and kiss soup. We haven't even started on this. Oh, Warren, okay. We have not done that. Yeah, so we have a lot to go here.
Mom,
yes. So since these pans came with these plastic lids, I decided what we're going to do is just freeze them like this, and then I can package them up once they're totally frozen, because they're just really full. All right, so let's see if we can lift one of these. What are you doing?
Just like scoop it under.
So Sam's just mixing up the mashed potatoes. That's about 5 pounds of potatoes, a stick of butter, a brick of cream cheese, a teaspoon of seasoned salt, I don't know, 20 cranks of...
Oh, a lot more than that.
More than 20 cranks, so a lot of black pepper, and then we just added about a cup or so of milk here, so that looks good.
Oh my gosh!
We're going to put this into a Ziploc bag, into a Ziploc bag, just like I did with the taco meat over here. I'm starting on making the chili right now. That's really easy because it's just a whole bunch of things that I dumped together. So I am going to get 2 big batches of chili going here next. So remember a couple months ago when I canned kidney beans and black beans? Well, I have been using them you know, for things like this, for chili. They are definitely a little mushier than what is in the cans from the store, but it's been working out great so far. Nobody's complained. Alright, so I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit disheveled here tonight. Sam was just helping me for quite a bit. He took off now once the mashed potatoes were done though. And I loaded up the dishwasher. And now I'm just going to wash a couple of these really big bowls here. Because some of these bowls I need for multiple recipes. And I do think that I'm not... And at this point, I'm thinking I'm not going to get everything done tonight. Alright, can I just tell you guys how hard it is to cook with these nails? Oh my gosh, I can't pick anything up because they're kind of, you know, they're thick, they're different than your own nails. And oh my goodness, they keep banging into things and I keep scraping the knife along them and everything. Anyway, I guess that's the cost of having fun and pretty nails. But I'm working on the Hug and Kiss soup now. I know that I've made this for you guys, or not really made it for you, but I've made it in videos a number of times because this is just one of Warren's all-time favorite soups. And so I start with the ground meat. It's really just a hamburger vegetable soup with a tomato base. So I'm gonna make this enough to have 2 times this month. Will be 2 of these potatoes in one recipe or one batch and 2 of the potatoes in the other one. I have to do a couple cups of carrots for each one and a couple cups of celery for each batch. All right, I told you guys that Sam was out here doing the mashed potatoes. Now Amber's out here making cheesy potatoes. And it is 9:05. Okay, so Amber just finished making the cheesy potatoes here. She's got those all packed in there nice and tight to go in the freezer. Tomorrow night supper is going to be Hug and Kiss soup. So I'm just going to put this in the fridge like this tonight. And I will bring this to a simmer tomorrow. And then what else? I also got another night of Hug and Kiss soup done. I did not add the water to this one though. And I'm trying something new. I have all the vegetables in here just raw. I'm going to freeze it like this, and then when I bring it out, I will add the water and cook it, and hopefully that works. I do usually add barley to the Hug and Kiss soup, so that I'll just cook at the time when, you know, when we make the soup, and then the same for the chili. I'll just cook up the elbow macaroni. Another reason why I like to do these kind of make ahead meals, not only does it save time every day when, you know, preparing and getting ready for supper, but it also kind of protects the food in the sense that when I shop for a whole month, if there's food sitting around in the pantry, you know, people are bound to eat that, and if it's already made up into a meal or into the recipe, it kind of like protects that food and keeps it for when we actually need it, you know, like 3 weeks from today or whatever. So I'm going to assess the situation here and see what's next. It's just about 9:30 and I'm kind of feeling like maybe I should keep going. I think the easiest thing to do next would be to brown the pizza sausage. That's already thawed, I think. All right, let's see. Yes, the sausage, is right here. Yeah, and this is just a quick peek at what our fridge looks like. This is our second fridge. This is out in the garage. I have all kinds of vegetables and fruits up there. All of our milk is down here, some extra cheese, things like that, and then all of our eggs. And I also store all of our butter out here as well. Oh, and I do have a little bit of lunch meat. If I keep that out here, it doesn't get eaten up super fast. Alright, so I'm going to say goodnight here tonight. My sausage is just about done, and now I just convinced Warren to come in here and help me carry stuff downstairs. So we are going to carry down, be careful that that doesn't pop off, oh my gosh. We're just going to carry down chili and mashed potatoes and all the stuff get it put down in the freezer, and then tomorrow will be a new day.
Sounds like a plan.
And the butter for me, sugar, butter.
You have some cinnamon, sugar, and butter. So good morning now. It is Thursday morning, and Peter and I are just having some breakfast here. Let's look down. That's my breakfast. There's an egg under there someplace and a bunch of veggies and Parmesan cheese. What are you having, Peter, this morning?
Graham crackers and milk.
A definite favorite. And Warren and Maria are already out the door. It is 7:15.
Empty.
It's empty now, but they've already have gone because they had to go for their vaccines this morning. And we're just going to be and we're just going to be getting right back into the cooking here today. So as soon as I'm done with breakfast, I'm going to go I'm going to go and kind of pull myself together here. And what else? Then we're going to start on the muffins and making pizza crust, pizza dough. And I also had another thought. I wanted to do granola bars this month, and I think we're going to do a bunch of granola bars too, and then I will individually wrap those. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, sure does.
Sure does, huh? All right. Well, with that, I need to finish breakfast so I can keep going.
Champion.
You're the champion? All right, I'm back. Got myself all put together. It is just another dreary day around here. Peter's gonna light some candles, it looks like. Of course, Joe will probably go back and blow them out, but he's gonna light a few candles, try to make it a little,
Swatch.
maybe that one is done for.
My dad's swatch.
That one must be done for.
New candle.
Yep, you better get a new one. Something's wrong with that one. We're just going to get going on the muffins. I actually have 4 cups of zucchini thawed. Did you brush your teeth?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, well, you're going to have to go brush your teeth. So we're going to do
Sam's
the original recipe times 4, which should make just about 4 dozen. Yes, you had Sam's watch, I know. Which should make just about 4 dozen zucchini chocolate chip muffins. So that's going to make a whole bunch of happy kids around here.
Swatch.
What Sam's watch.
Are they?
Zucchini chocolate chip.
Hey.
When I cook with my frozen zucchini, I always let it thaw completely, and then I just drain it. I'm just gently pressing it to get out some of the liquid, but I'm not wringing it out or squeezing it really hard. So we're going to just put all the dry ingredients now in a separate dish here, and then we'll dump those all at once into the wet and then mix gently. That's how you get a nice rounded top to your muffins. If you beat them too hard, you end up getting those pointy tops, and they're tough. So Peter's over here, right? You're shaking your head. Yes, you know how to do muffins, don't you? So we need 6 total cups of flour. So can you do that? There you go. Kind of fluff flour a little bit. From the bottom So you reach from the bottom, you lift, and then you just fold it over.
Okay. Lift and fold it over. Now these are gonna have a lot of chocolate chips.
Is that good?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Zucchini chocolate chip muffins are like are almost a healthy muffin.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has some healthy ingredients.
All right, I'm moving on to the pizza crust here. And so what I have over here is 2 tablespoons of yeast. I have just about a teaspoon of sugar and a little over 2 cups. It's around 2 1/4 cups of warm water. I'm going to let this yeast kind of just sit here doing its thing for about 8 minutes. And then over here in the same container I used for the dry ingredients for the muffins, I'm going to mix up the flour and the salt, which is all there is to it for this pizza crust recipe. Now, if you do like pizza crust that has a little more like Italian flavor, in with the flour and salt, you can put in a teaspoon or more of Italian seasoning. You could substitute the salt for garlic salt if you want more garlic flavor, or you could do onion salt, really whatever you want, and it's not going to affect the rising and everything of the pizza dough. So go ahead and do that if that's something that you like to do. I'm just going to keep it really plain, and then on top, when we're making our pizza, I will usually sprinkle on a little bit more oregano. Sometimes I do a little garlic salt on top. That always tastes good. All right, we'll pour that in there. Make sure we get it all out. I'm just going to stir this nice and gently here until all the flour is incorporated. This is a sticky dough. I don't know why this don't pick. This is not right today.
Gotta put some water on your hands.
Because now I got all the dough in my hands again. The muffins are done. Right, I just put the pizza crust, or the pizza dough, into the freezer, and the first batch of muffins are out. So this was the first 24. I just put another 24 in, and there's actually a little bit of batter left, so it is going to make more than 4 dozen. The boys are out here already. Well, it's a candle.
It's hot. Oh my goodness.
So the boys are out here. They're just going to have a muffin, I think. Here's my coffee.
It's hot up here too.
Been sipping on the same cup of coffee for the last 2 hours here, but yeah. So what's tonight?
BMX. Sam's terrible.
The first BMX race of the season is tonight.
I'm gonna die.
Sam said he's gonna die.
Bad. Well, yesterday. Just wait. Gosh. Oh.
Mom, look
Yes.
that's almost a jello.
It is, yes.
Well, yesterday me and Amber went to the Y to work out, and I went on the treadmill just to do a really long sprint.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran almost a 1/4 mile at if you guys don't know, it was 11. So if you don't know what that is on a treadmill, it's like it's flat out booking it, and it was fast.
Yeah, 11 miles an hour.
Yeah, and I was running really fast, and I got off and I felt dizzy, so I went to the bathroom. I'm not going to say the other part.
Okay.
But now today, my legs hurt so bad, and it hurts to walk. So
Biking's going to be interesting
I
tonight.
either need to take some ibuprofen or Tylenol or something to take the pain away, because I got to
But Sam,
What?
when you're biking, you're not walking.
But you're using your leg muscles.
Still using the same muscles.
Yeah.
Friday they're keeping at 34 as a low.
Okay.
So 34 to 39 is what they're saying. So they haven't changed that at all.
Okay.
Hippie! Hippie!
That's pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so just tell us about that. Like, some people are going to have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, Frost Watch started last night, May 1st.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got down to 37. They were forecasting 35. So,
Okay, you got to be quiet because Dad's talking right now. Yeah, it was a long life. Uh-huh.
so 37 was the low.
For last night?
For last night.
Okay.
So I was just up a few times checking it to make sure, because
Yeah.
you're always nervous at the start of frost season. that
Yippee!
Everything's working correctly. And then tonight now it's supposed to get down to 26, so I will most likely run. And then they're forecasting 34 as a low for Friday night and 38 as a low for Saturday night. So it looks like we'll start the weekend hopefully without any frost watch.
That'd be
But
nice.
That would be nice. But I'll still have to pay attention.
Nothing.
Always have to pay attention.
Always have to pay attention.
How about that, Dad?
Let's see. I have the last muffins have to come out of the oven here. So I ended up making a total of 57 zucchini chocolate chip muffins, which means that I'll be able to put probably about 2 dozen. I'll keep out right, well, we've already eaten about a dozen, so I'll probably keep about 1.5 dozen or so out right now. The rest I'll package up and put into the freezer, and we'll bring those out maybe on Monday or something like that. You know, they won't be in there for long, but it's kind of nice to have those.
Pennies.
You have all your pennies?
Yep.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I think you have quarters in there, don't you? Because Grandma gave you a bunch of quarters for Easter.
Yep.
Yes.
Sing it.
All right, so I'm going to move on to making, I don't know why your wallet's open, honey. I'm going to move on to making some granola bars. Watch these type of videos and to think that that this kind of cooking just like goes really fast, and you know, you just get it all done in just a couple of hours, but it really is not like that. It's actually 10 o'clock here right now, and I don't feel like I've been moving overly quick this morning, and I think it's just because I've been trying to keep things cleaned up. Sometimes I do move faster, and you've probably seen that where, you know, my dishes are just piling and it's really quite a mess at the end. But other times like today and last night, I really just have been kind of washing the dishes as I go along and trying to keep things kind of tidy, because I know that as soon as I'm done making these granola bars, it's going to be time to move on to something else, which is going to be school. I have to do math with Peter, and I need to do reading with Joseph. And so I didn't want to have, you know, a whole mess left behind. So that's why I guess I feel like I'm moving a little bit slower, but I think it's just because I'm kind of keeping things moving instead of letting it all pile up. Okay, what just happened?
I'm just waiting for you to finish your talking.
Oh, okay.
I have something I need to tell you.
Okay.
I just told Sam this morning.
Okay.
This happened yesterday morning, and no one has known since. And I can't take it any longer for someone just to happen upon it. So,
okay, let's go in here and see if I can find it now. Oh my goodness! Amber bought a fish. How long has this been in here?
Since yesterday morning.
When you and Faith went to Tractor Supply?
Yeah, she was getting cat stuff at Walmart, and I was like, I've always wanted a fish. Yeah. That's Benny.
That's Benny.
And then I want to get another one and name it Jet. Benny
You
and the Jet.
Jets.
So cute.
I know.
Okay, so is that a beta?
Amber caught
No.
a fish.
She didn't catch it, sweetie. She bought it.
Caught a fish.
A fancy type of,
Goldfish?
yeah. A beta, I didn't want to get a beta because you can't put any other fish with betas.
I
and
know.
the betas kill them. So
I know.
No, this is just a
What
friendly,
are betas?
It's just another type of fish.
it's just a friendly little guy.
Okay. Friendly, huh?
So, yeah. I brought
You
it.
got fish food.
Dad even was in here last night. He puts this down. I'm right here. I was like, oh, he's gonna find it. And he's like, okay, Maria, good night. And walks out. I was like, all right, well, I mean, I can sneak things into the house more often.
You're like, I should have gotten this fish 3 years ago when I wanted it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I clearly need to learn to be a little bit more observant when I walk into rooms. I'm now, instead of just, you know, I think what it is I'm always looking at the floor. Because the floors are always messy and I'm always afraid I'm going to step on something. No, not
Yeah,
your,
Maria,
well,
this all has to
sometimes.
get cleaned.
But I'm always worried that I'm going to step on something, so
You
I'm
can-
always looking
Just
down.
get
I
a
never
fish and
look.
put it in my fishbowl, Peter.
That's too much.
Maybe we'll catch a
What?
baby. I want a
Just
fish.
a fish?
Baby bluegill.
All right, so we're the proud owners
not
of a
funny?
fish. It is pretty funny, Amber.
it's-
If you ever do one of these kind of like great big cooking days where you mass cook a whole bunch of food so it's ready for the month, just know that if you kind of run out of an ingredient, it's so okay. This is the first time it's happened this time where I don't have the right ingredients here. I need a whole cup of this ground flax meal, but I only have about maybe a third to a half a cup. That's okay. I'm just going to add that in anyway and call it good. I think I have some wheat germ, so maybe I'll throw some wheat germ in to kind of make up for that missing ingredient. But this happens to me a lot. Thank you. Can you put that on my dresser, honey? This happens to me a lot where I run out of an ingredient or I just, whatever, I miscalculated. Like, for example, with these granola bars, I like using coconut oil and I'm out. So I'm going to use butter. But that's okay. That's okay. One thing that I've learned over the years of cooking and everything is that usually you can substitute without a whole lot of issues. And you kind of learn, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say here is don't be afraid to substitute if you need to, and, you know, try it. You might find something actually that even tastes or works better. That's kind of how we found the coconut oil with these, for these muffins, is that I was out of what I usually used coconut oil, liked it even better. Why do we have a bike in the house now?
I cleaned it up for Joe.
Oh, you cleaned up his bike for him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So, you guys don't know what it looked.
We should get some black duct tape to put over there for him. Do you think?
You might chop that at this bottom.
It's wet right now. It's
Well, yeah,
actually
'cause I
going to
just
dry.
hosted. But I
Right.
just washed it, and there was probably 3 pounds of dirt down in the bottom bracket.
Probably.
Like, it was bad.
Yeah. Oh, good. Now it's all ready for the race
But the
tonight.
tires are whatever.
Nice and clean.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's keep moving. I need to get in. I did the butter. I need to do a cup of honey. And I'm not even going to measure because I just kind of know what looks like about a cup. This is actually honey from our beekeeper last year. They brought us 12 jars of honey at the end of the season, which was really, really nice. I've been using it in a lot of muffins. Amber uses the honey in her smoothies. And I love having just this raw honey. I'm coming up here on the very last thing that I'm going to do, and that is press all of the granola bar mixture into this pan here. So what I do is just use a piece of wax paper, and then I just press it in to all the corners as hard as I can. As you can see, whoops, my string there. As you can see, the chocolate chips do start to melt. I tried to let this cool a little bit, but If you let it cool all the way, it hardens. So I haven't really ever found a great way to make sure that the chocolate chips don't quite melt in with the granola bar mixture. But it doesn't matter, it still tastes really, really good. I'm packaging those up right now. Just kind of individually wrapping them, and I'm finding that with this particular recipe they really need to be thick. The thicker, yes, yummy, the thicker they are, the better they hold together, and the better I can transfer them to the saran wrap. So if you are doing this, I think next time I'm actually going to put these into like a 9x13 pan and make them nice and thick, and then maybe cut them as squares instead of rectangles. I'm going to be popping a card up here in case you guys want to go watch another one of my bulk cooking videos. And until next time, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.